Joy Papaya Sun SPF 50. Joy beautiful by nature. Real fruits bata baneko real juice. त्यसैले त real juice real हुने. Bank of the Year 2024 Citizens Bank International Limited, your partner for progress. नयाँ Good Night Flash अरु liquid vaporizer भन्दा 2 गुना बढी प्रभावशाली. गोर्खा Eco Panel, मेरो घर गोर्खा Eco Panel को भर.
Proud to be associated with Kantipur News.
Good evening, I am April Singh Lama and these are the headlines of the hour. Community school teachers protest in Kathmandu demanding the release of School Education Act. Teachers accuse government of failing to implement the agreement on school education reforms. Nepal police struggle with outdated and inadequate resources for crowd control. Contractors' influence delays non-lethal weapon procurement for 10 years. At least 20 people killed as Russian strikes hit several regions in Ukraine overnight. US President Trump considers imposing large-scale sanctions and tariffs on Russia amid Ukraine conflict. And departmental APF club bags the title of Ilam Gold Cup, defeats Nepal Army Club by 2-1. Nepal Police Club defends the title of Birgun's Gold Cup, defeating Machindra in a penalty shootout. Welcome back. Community school teachers across the country have resumed protests in Kathmandu, marching from Maitighar to New Baneshwar. Led by Confederation of Nepalese Teachers, they opposed the pension provision in the ordinance and demanded the introduction of School Education Act. They also urged the government to implement the agreement made in the Nepalese year of 2018.
सरकारले हाम्रा सम्झौताहरूलाई कन्टेनरमा फालेको छ। हामीले ऐन ल्याउनका लागि पनि सडकमा आउनुपर्ने अवस्था छ। हामी कानुनविहीन छौं। हामीले 28 सालको पञ्चायती कानुनमा हिड्नु पर्ने अवस्था छ। गणतन्त्र भनेर सरकारले घोषित गरेको छ, तर शिक्षकका लागि गणतन्त्र आएको छैन।
The government and the Confederation of Nepalese Teachers had agreed to address the education bill last year, including periodic promotion every 10 years, a 5-year service requirement for secondary level, special category promotion, a maximum entry age of 40 years, and a contribution-based pension aligning with civil servants. However, as the law was not issued, teachers began protesting. CNT first submitted attention letters at local levels and held demonstrations in Kathmandu. Now they have warned of a pressure sit-in at political party offices.
पेन्सन अध्यादेशमा हाम्रो एकदम ठुलो विरोध छ अनि यो शिक्षा ऐनमा चाहिँ हाम्रा माग मुद्दाहरू सबै सम्बोधन भएर छिटो भन्दा छिटो शिक्षा ऐन आउनु पर्छ भन्ने हाम्रो माग हो।
It is time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before that, let's take a look at yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we had asked you what's your take on the claim by businesses that invest in the country is a curse. 54% voted for A, lack of investment-friendly environment. 7% voted for B, a statement made out of compulsion. And 39% voted for C, result of being unable to do as they want. Now, here's today's question. Why do you think community school teachers have taken to the streets again? Your options are A, agreement not implemented, B, to pile pressure on the government, or C, toying with students' future. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Now, Nepal police are tasked with managing protests and crowd control, but they lack the necessary resources to handle such high-risk situations. The police have even resorted to using lethal force at times, resulting in the death of protesters. The non-lethal weapons required for crowd control are not only outdated but also in short supply. Due to the influence of contractors pushing for overpriced weapons, the police have been unable to secure the non-lethal equipment they need for the past 10 years. The Nepal police have faced significant challenges in procuring essential crowd control equipment over the past decade. In the local, provincial and federal elections in the Nepalese year of 2079, when smaller arms for crowd control and election duties were unavailable, the police had collaborated with the Nepal Army. During a protest in the Nepali year of 2080, the then Minister of Physical Infrastructure, Prakash Jwala, ignored his bodyguards' advice and the police's use of deadly force resulted in 2 fatalities. Last year, police firing during a dispute in Sarlahi resulted in 1 death. Over the last decade, the police have acquired 1,175 shields and 1,860 helmets for crowd control. On the Nepalese year of 2080, the police headquarters requested 21 types of equipment from the Ministry of Home Affairs, including vehicles and crowd control materials. Tear gas is widely used in protests and demonstrations, which occur frequently. However, the Nepal police have not purchased any tear gas in the past 3 years. Police sources indicate that the existing tear gas supplies have expired and are no longer usable. It has been 8 years since the last purchase of rubber bullets for police training, although no fatalities have been reported from their use during crowd control. The police are also seeking to purchase 100,000 units of blank round guns, which is designed to fire blank ammunition consisting of gunpowder but no projectile. More than a year has passed since the request for 24,000 units of tear gas, 8,800 units of protection shields, and 8,800 units of crowd control gear. The police have been using expired equipment for their operations. They have requested goods worth 25 billion Nepali rupees, including vehicles, crowd control gear, and small arms, but the budget is uncertain. The contractor groups have been exerting political pressure on security agencies by selling weapons and defense equipment at inflated prices, causing concern among police officers about the contracts. Reports indicate that officers are now hesitant to participate in tenders following the Sudan APC procurement scandal, where only police officers were prosecuted while political leaders were acquitted. The government has been seeking an intermediary in the exporting country to procure the equipment instead of using standard G2G channels, leaving the police without the necessary materials for managing protests and crowd control. In 2021, an estimated 300,000 people worldwide lost their lives to drowning, which means over 30 deaths occurred every hour throughout the year. Nearly half of the victims were under 29 years old, with 1 in 4 being under the age of 5. In Nepal, 5 deaths each day have been attributed to drowning and 74% of the victims being males. Despite the fact that most of these tragedies are preventable, drowning prevention continues to be an overlooked public health concern.
857 people drowned to death in Nepal in 2022. According to World Health Organization, an estimated 1,600 people on average drown in Nepal each year.
हमर पोती 14 बरस के रहे गेलै नदी में नहाए गेलै ओइ में डूब गेलै डूबला ओकरा 8 महीना भेलै.
Statistics show children between 5 and 14 years account for 22% of total drowning deaths in the country. The highest drowning deaths have been reported between the age group of 15 to 29.
पानीमा डुबेर हुने घटनामा बच्ने अवस्था धेरै कम हुन्छ. थोरै समयमा पानीमा मान्छेको मृत्यु भइहाल्छ र हामीसँग अहिलेसम्म पनि पानीमा डुबेका मान्छेहरूलाई निकालेर हस्पिटलसम्म लाने अथवा उक्त ठाउँमा नै प्राथमिक उपचार गर्ने त्यस्तो खासै संयन्त्र छैन, जसको कारणले मान्छे पानीमा डुबिसकेपछि बच्ने अवस्था चाहिँ धेरै न्यून छ.
Nepal currently lacks a national drowning prevention strategy, and drowning deaths are not systematically recorded. There are no national level regulations ensuring safety in water transport. Brendan Ward of Swim Coaches and Teachers Australia says public awareness is a starting point in drowning prevention.
I think raising awareness is key. Parents need to understand that learning to swim is a core life skill every child, every adult should have. I think signage is really important. You know, there's lots of open waterways. We've been driving around Nepal lots. It's very beautiful, but we need to protect people, you know, by signage, let them know that there could be an issue in some locations.
In addition to awareness, experts highlight the role of government funding in creating safer environments.
I think the most important thing is the money and the resources to bring in communities like Nepal or in Africa, for instance, or in places that maybe swimming or water safety is not on top of the list. It might be other issues or other important, obviously, things that might be on top of that list.
यो छैन जहाँ जस्तो लाग्छ अहिले नेपालको उसमा हेर्यो पनि छैन 2021 देखि अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय र युएनले पनि यसलाई मान्यता प्राप्त गरेको छ ड्राउनिङ प्रिभेन्सन भनेर त्यो जुलाई 25 तारिखमा मनाइन्छ त्यसलाई पनि हामीले 2 वर्ष अगाडिदेखि त्यसलाई अलिकति प्रोत्साहन गर्दै हामीले स्कुलको बच्चाहरूलाई पानीमा नगए पनि पानीदेखि बचाउने तरिका यो हुन सक्छ भन्ने किसिमले चाहिँ हामीले प्रचार गर्दै गर्छौँ तर यो चाहिँ सीमित ठाउँमा मात्रै भइरहेछ अब यसमा मैले अघि भने जस्तै सरकारको सहयोग पायो सरकारदेखि बजेटको गयो भने अधिराज्य भर्न पुर्याउन सकिन्छ.
Despite alarming rate of death by drowning, the government has not implemented crucial preventive measures such as including swimming and water safety in school curriculums or running nationwide awareness campaigns. Experts warn that without immediate action, drowning will continue to claim lives, particularly among children and young adults.
अब हामी मानिसको ज्यान र जीवनसँग संवेदनशील बन्ने हो भने आगामी तुरुन्तै नै हामीले विभिन्न अध्ययन अनुसन्धान गर्नुपर्छ, सही तथ्याङ्कहरू सङ्कलन गर्नुपर्छ जसले गर्दा आगामी दिनमा हामीलाई सही नीति बनाउन, नियम बनाउन र कार्यक्रमहरू बनाएर लागू गर्नको लागि यो चाहिँ तथ्यपरक कार्यक्रमहरू बनाउनको लागि सहयोग सिद्ध हुन्छ.
Sarah Sapsanamo for Kantipur News, Kathmandu.
With the rise in foreign employment, women's participation has also increased. However, due to government's unclear policies, discrimination against women seeking foreign jobs persists. Despite an unofficial prohibition on working in Gulf countries, many women contribute to migrate secretly, increasing their risk of forced labor and trafficking.
The number of women going abroad for work is rising, with 49,128 receiving work permits in fiscal year 2078 and 79 BS and 80,172 in 2080 and 81 BS. Despite an undeclared prohibition on sending women workers to Gulf countries since the Nepalese year of 2073 parliamentary directive, many continue to migrate through informal channels, increasing their risk of forced labor and trafficking.
भयो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ महिलाहरू झन् लुकेर जान थाले अब फेरि फर्केर आयो भने फेरि जान दिदैन होला भने झन् उहाँहरू धेरै बस्न थाल्यो त्यो नगएपछि चाहिँ त्यो सरकारको उसभित्र महिलाहरू आएनन् उलाई त एजेन्टले चाहिँ जस्तो सुकै गरेर झन् कति पैसा धेरै लियो कि कम लियो कि थाहा छैन नि हामीलाई त हैन र विदेशमा गएका महिलाहरू चाहिँ बिरामी भयो भने चाहिँ उले दूतावासमा चाहिँ सहयोग माग्न सक्दैन.
Gulf countries like Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Qatar and Jordan have a high demand for female domestic workers, but no high-level labor agreements have been made. Police reports middlemen to use Indian airports for illegal routes due to parliamentary directives of prohibition on formal migration of women.
र त्यो घरेलु कामदारकोमा पनि यहाँले भने जस्तै त्यो औपचारिक रूपमा चाहिँ श्रम स्वीकृति लिएर जान नपाउने अवस्थाको सिर्जना हुँदै पनि विभिन्न माध्यमबाट जानी चाहिँ बढिरहेको हुनाले अब त्यसलाई कसरी व्यवस्थित बनाउनु पर्छ भनेर चाहिँ श्रम रोजगार तथा सामाजिक सुरक्षा मन्त्रालयले चाहिँ गरिरहेछ.
Human rights activists and UN agencies continue to exert pressure on the government to allow migration with safety measures. However, the government has failed to establish a systematic process for women who wish to go abroad for work.
In our Public Voice segment today, we have asked in several provinces, what are the things that needs to be done to ensure women's rights? Let's take a look at what they had to say.
पुरुषलाई 800 दिन्छ भने महिलालाई 600 मा कजाइराखेको छ.
कार्यक्रममा जति पनि हामी बोल्छौं तर हामीले त्यो व्यवहारमा अहिलेसम्म पुरै अधिकार हामीले पाउन सकेका छैन.
स्वयंबाट सुरु गरेर नै जनमानससम्म अरूलाई पनि सशक्त बनाउनु पर्छ.
महिलाहरूलाई गरिने व्यवहार यसमा चाहिँ कम्प्लिटली परिवर्तन गर्नुपर्छ.
महिला पनि सशक्त भएर लाग्नु पर्यो र आफ्नो क्षमता विकासमा अग्रसर हुनु पर्यो.
कानुनलाई अगाडि बढाउन जरुरत छ, व्यवहारमा उतार्न जरुरत छ.
आफ्नो पढाइ गर्नु पर्यो, पढाइमाथि फोकस गरेर आफ्नो खुट्टामाथि उभिनु पर्यो.
टप निकायहरुमा पढेलेखेको महिलाले फाइट गर्न पाउनु पर्यो.
महिलाहरूले आफ्नो आवाजलाई चाहिँ अझै पनि बुलन्द गर्न सक्ने चाहिँ त्यो बाटो तयार गरिदिनु पर्यो.
बस्ती भरे माथि ल्याउनको लागि महिलाको पहल कदमी जनप्रतिनिधि समाजसेवीहरूले चाल्न पर्छ.
It is time for international update. According to Ukrainian officials, at least 20 people have been killed as Russian strikes hit several regions in Ukraine overnight, including Donetsk and Kharkiv. 8 residential buildings and an administrative building were also reportedly damaged following strikes in Dobropilya. According to the ministry, Russian forces attacked Dobropilya with ballistic missiles, multiple rockets and drones, causing damage to 8 multi-story buildings and 30 vehicles. Dobropilya, home to about 28,000 people before the war, is in the Donetsk region of eastern Ukraine, 22 kilometers from the front line north of the key hub of Pobrovsk, which the Russian troops have been attacking for weeks. This comes after US President Donald Trump said he was strongly considering large-scale sanctions and tariffs on Russia, which he said is absolutely pounding Ukraine on the battlefield. The US has limited Ukraine's access to satellite imagery and paused military and intelligence aid.
Sports news.
Nepal Police Club defended the Birganj Gold Cup title, defeating Machindra Football Club 3-0 in a penalty shootout. Machindra started aggressively at Adarsh Nagar Stadium, taking an early lead in the 12th minute through Samiraj Thokar. However, they performed poor in the second half, allowing Police to dominate. Bikas equalized for Police in the 58th minute, and with no further goals, the match went into a tiebreaker. Police's captain Ramchandra Waji, Sanjeev Lama and Amit Tamata scored, while none of Machindra's players converted their penalties. Police received 1,111,111 Nepali rupees, while runner-up Machindra bagged 555,555. Captain Ramchandra Waji was named the best player and won an electric scooty. Amit Tamata was declared as the best goalkeeper and Chetan Gimire the best coach. Both of them received 20,000 Nepali rupees. Now, departmental team APF Club has won the title of the second Invitational Women's Gold Cup football tournament held in Ilam, defeating Trivon Army Club 2-1 in the final. APF's Geeta Rana scored the first goal of the match in the 25th minute, while Savita Rana Magar scored the second. APF received 400,000 Nepali rupees, while Army received 200,000. APF's Savita Rana Magar was adjudged player of the match in the final. She received a cash prize of 5,000 Nepali rupees. Players from both teams were awarded in the category. Army's Anjana Rana was adjudged the best goalkeeper. She received 10,000 Nepali rupees. Army's Bimala BK was the best defender. She also received 10,000 in cash. APF's Rasmi Kumari Gising bagged 10,000 Nepali rupees. APF's Renuka Nagarkoti also received rupees 10,000 rupees. Anita Basnet of APF was adjudged the best player. She received rupees 15,000. 8 teams, including one from India, were competing in the Gold Cup organized by Club Oasis, Ilam. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good night.